Thanks, Scott. Nice to see you.
Good, you too, mate.
Look, first off, I suppose, just how you feeling going into your first game at Turf Moor?
Yeah, they're really excited. Obviously, first home game, so plenty to look forward to in that sense. Certainly coming off of a good week as well, a good result and a good all-round performance. And yeah, pleased to obviously finally get in front of our home supporters and our fans pre-season. Probably not had the opportunity to do that as much. So really looking forward to seeing our home fans and them to see us, really.
Have you noticed a kind of change in optimism around the town, around the supporters, considering the team was so impressive on Monday? And I suppose there's always a concern when a team goes down a division, what kind of mentally that's going to do to the team, but it all looks quite positive.
Yeah, well, it is. It was a positive result and a positive performance, and of course, I've been here many a time before, and this is a marathon of a season, and yeah, one result, of course, albeit was very, very pleasing. There's still a long way to go, and there's still lots of things that we need to improve on, certainly, and slowly get better at certain things. But overall, yeah, I'm sure there is big optimism. And that's the way it should be, to be quite honest with you, in that sense. The group are in first class, certainly after the weekend. A football club's always a better place to come into after a win. And certainly, we've seen that building into the Cardiff game this weekend.
Obviously, the team was in good form the other night, but we know that it's a team that's stacked in terms of numbers. Have you got any updates on players potentially leaving, specifically Valbekost and Sander Berge? Not
really, no. Obviously, at this moment in time, I wouldn't really be commenting on that either. I think I've said it before, and my grounds are in terms of where we are. A transfer window in the world that we're in is there, and at that moment, of course, things like every club, not just us, at any moment, a player or someone can come for your players. But in terms of the actual detail or anyone leaving this football club as of today, there's nothing that I can report on regarding that, really.
Do you expect players to leave though? Because like I said, in terms of numbers, you've got a big squad. Yeah,
I suspect that there will be some movement in the squad. It's obviously a lot of numbers, but like I said, at this moment, there's nothing that's jumping out or me to report to you in any way, really.
So is Sander Berge, because he said missed the game on Monday for injury, is he back?
I think he'll be back on the grass either tomorrow or Friday. The weekend comes a little bit too early for him, obviously. So yeah, like I said on Monday night, has been struggling with a little bit of a quad injury. But yeah, we feel like we've got to the right point of where we need to be with that, and hopefully he'll be on the grass in the next couple of days.
We all woke up this morning to picture on social media and rumours about Burnley signing Ronaldinho's son. Just clarify, have you signed and what's going on there?
I don't think anything's been officially done at this present moment in time in terms of signing. I think there's something there for sure. And I think this is a player that we see as a development player and a project in that sense. But I think as of right now, that paperwork's not been signed. But yeah, there's definitely something in that for sure.
Signing the sons of Ballon d'Or winners make you feel old?
It certainly does, yeah. You're not wrong. Definitely does. This squad sometimes makes you feel a bit old, how young it is, to be honest.
Thanks, Scott.
Friday tomorrow, okay, cool.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Sorry, mate.
Just on that, you'll understand, you've been in the game long enough, a connection with somebody like Ronaldinho is going to get people in our profession and supporters buzzing. Yeah. Can that be positive? I know it must drive you mental as a manager sometimes when there's speculation flying around, but can it mobilise things? Can it give energy? Can it excite a fan base?
Yeah, it probably can excite. I get the excitement around it. I think it would be really unfair to heap a huge amount of pressure on a young boy that obviously is coming here in that sense, and knowing why he's coming here in that sense in terms of development and how we see it. So I wouldn't want to heap any more pressure that's probably already on him. Of course, I get the excitement around it with the links to obviously his father, but I think we probably just need to dampen that down a little bit, just in terms of there's a young 20-year-old boy here that who hopefully comes in, but has got a lot to do in that sense. Different culture, different way of working, no doubt, different lifestyle. So yeah, probably just dampen that down a little bit.
Just more broadly on Burnley and on the the change of emphasis there's been in the last couple of seasons, there's a lot of those kind of players in your squad now. Players coming to the UK, to England for the first time, players you're looking to develop, players who've got very different culture. I've been watching Burnley a long time, let me tell you. Didn't sign many Brazilians before the last couple of seasons. What does that say about Burnley's reputation in football now, that players from all over the world want to come here?
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably the way that obviously new ownership are seeing things in terms of developing players, bringing young players in with huge potential and having to develop them. And I suppose that was a large part of in the process of me getting this job, in the sense of the track record of a lot of young players who I've developed and helped. So I understood that. Yeah, it says a lot about Burnley as well in that sense. Ultimately, you need to have a pathway, and you need to show people or players the route to get there. You can't just sign these players in that sense, and over time that's definitely been the case. Like you said, you look at this squad, it's a young squad, and these young players have been brought in over the last couple of years and developed and have moved on or are obviously in and around it really. So yeah.
How hard is it, Scott, from a coaching perspective, to develop players, to make them better, to work with them, but you've also got to go out there on a Saturday afternoon and win games, or it's on you?
Yeah, it's a fine balance. Not good. Yeah, there's no denying that. Of course there is. I sit in this position, and ultimately I'm only ever going to get judged on results, and I understand that. That's the territory I live in. At the same time, of course, there's an understanding of developing young players, and like I said, I have done that and balanced that pretty well. Main focus, as always, is 3 points and winning games for this football club, really, and us trying to be successful. But there's half an eye on obviously developing these young prospects, which we have.
Do you have a different approach for every different individual, or is there not sufficient time to do that with 30 odd individuals at the minute?
Yeah, no, you do. You do have a different approach on different ones. At this present moment in time, after being in here, I've probably not really been able to fully do that, because the main objective is try to get as much information in to the whole group, so everyone's getting some sort of level of detail and information in terms of how we want to play and what we need to be this year. I think moving forward, obviously, of course, there will be more individual stuff in the sense of what certain players need, where they need to go, do they need a loan, do they not, and we'll probably sit down and work that out, really.
Do players not from the UK bring a different perspective to things? Do they contribute as much as they take away in terms of that dressing room culture?
It just brings a different dynamic to a changing room, which I think is a positive, to be honest with you. It just brings different personalities, different cultures into that. Someone like Lucas Perez, for instance, is a real Brazilian type, free spirit, off the cuff. He's lovable boy, all happy and smiles. Obviously, the dynamics of him coming into a new country is obviously always tricky, and you need to balance that, certainly when you're recruiting, of course. But yeah, I only see that really as a positive, and different dynamics what a change room can bring really is a positive for me.
I know we talked last week about the numbers, and we won't go there again. It might look different come the end of August. How excited are you about the potential that's in there and what you've seen so far, and that dynamic you've just been talking about?
Yeah, I'm really excited in terms of the dynamics and the potential what we have in this squad. You're, like I said, the average age of this team and the young players that we have and the ability and the talent we have here is one which excites me. One that I can develop them, and I can take them and prove them even more. And of course, at this present moment in time, they're more than handy in and around this division, really. So yeah, it's exciting times in that sense. Of course, like you said, things can change. Of course they can, and we'll react accordingly from that. But at this moment in time, I've been really impressed and really pleased working with this group that I've got.
When you've played really well and got a great result, opening game of the season, obviously brilliant, do you have to manage expectations? Is it possible for people to expect you're going to do that every week, twice a week from now till May? Yeah,
well, look, we live in a world where that's pretty difficult, and the platforms out there now, I get that things can get carried away. We've got a brilliant habit here as well in England of obviously probably going a bit over the top in both scenarios, to be quite honest with you. You win a game and you're going to go and do whatever, and you lose a game, it's the worst thing ever. So there needs to be a bit of balance and certainly context onto it as well. Monday night was a incredible performance from us in terms of how we performed. The result was top as well, and there was loads and loads of positives, and we need to use that as energy to take into this weekend. But like I said, I do revert back to it. I've been here many times before, and I understand that the difficulties of this division and how a season sometimes can look. So we're really positive and really upbeat, and I hope the fan base are as well. And we're looking forward to the weekend.
I was just lucky enough to spend a little bit of time with Maxime Esteve, who talked about the away fans at Luton and the connection that he felt with them that was perhaps different to last season. In your experience, how important is that connection between the people who wear the shirt in the stands and the people who wear it on the pitch?
And one of the most important, to be honest with you. It is one of the most important. And there's a cliche out there where they say it can be your 12th man, and there's no truer saying, to be quite honest with you. I felt exactly the same. And like always, I've been here for 4 weeks, and you're always working things out, and you hear a lot of things. For instance, the players and the group I've got, and you're working out between it. Same with the fan base. Obviously, I've been in the stadium before, so I think I have a rough understanding, but I don't really know. And I didn't, it was the first time at the weekend or Monday night where it really hit home to me. There was a real positive energy around us. Of course, we've won the game and we've scored 4 goals, but generally the support and just the togetherness, what I felt amongst it, even from the goal celebrations and just everything, was a real pleasing factor for me, and is going to be vitally important. I can't express enough how important this is going to be this year for us. There's a group of 11 men what run over a line, and there's 17,000 fans screaming and supporting them. That can only bring energy. I've been in the arena many a time as a player, and I know how important it is for me in that sense when I did play, and even now standing as a coach. So that energy is going to be vitally important for us this year, and I have absolutely no doubt that our fan base will be pushing and driving and giving us all the support we need this year for us to be successful, really.
I forget the exact statistic, but it's something like it's the largest percentage of the population actually goes to the Towns Football Club of anywhere in the Football League. Yeah. So it's a bit special. Yeah. They've also been used to seeing lots of defeats. I guess you'll want to change that. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. For sure, we want to change that. And of course, I think I said it in my last interview, I've been in this position where a team's been relegated, and I see the consequences that come from that, and not winning many games last year can put a dampener on it. And of course, everyone pays their hard-earned money to come and watch and support their team, and they want to give certain things, but you want to come away ultimately trying to win, or at least getting some wins. And hopefully we can do that this year. I keep saying we're going to need every bit of them this year to get us over the line in certain moments, and that's the way it will be, and I have no doubt they'll do that for us.
And the flip of your victory and taking it into the weekend, I guess Cardiff losing their opening game of the league campaign. Yeah. I suppose you'll have to be wary of a response there, will you? Yeah,
definitely. Look, it's good. They're a good side. They're going to bring us different problems to probably the problems that Luton brought us on Monday night. Some experience in their team, new coach. And like you said, they've obviously lost their first game. They're gonna come with a reaction for sure. We need to bounce back, or we need to put foot on the pedal from where we've gone from on Monday night, and put in a strong performance and hopefully come away 3 points.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Hi, Scott. And how's Luca doing after coming off on Monday night?
Luca's finally trained today. We've had to manage him a little bit in pre-season, and probably just the intensity of the game, and certainly the intensity what Luca plays at. He plays at real high volume and intensity. Was probably a little bit tired and struggling with a little bit of cramp. So trained today. Yeah, I'm hoping he'll be fine for the weekend.
In terms of the squad itself, do you expect much change of personnel or availability from Monday night?
Not really, no. Joao probably trained today. We'll see where he is tomorrow in terms of making a call on that. Everyone else, pretty much, it'll be a clear squad for us.
Understandably, you've been asked a lot about potential outgoings, but what about incomings? Do you think there's still work to be done, or are you happy with what you've got?
I think there's a possibility that maybe incomings do come in. Again, we'll probably have to see how the next couple of weeks pan out in terms of that, and make decisions where we need to make them. But at this moment, nothing imminent in terms of bringing any players in. But yeah, as always, we'll react and see where we go from there. Really.
I think it was 5 players in Monday's squad that finished last season out on loan. How important has it been for you to integrate everyone and to have everyone on board with you in pre-season and the first game as well?
Yeah, it's probably been one of the most important things, really. Obviously, big squad players last year, maybe didn't play a lot of football, and their circumstances probably very different to what it was the year previous. I've come in and everyone's got a fresh slate in that sense, new eyes on everyone. Everyone at this present moment in time has an opportunity to be part of this team. So yeah, that's exactly how it's been over the last 4 weeks, certainly, and even this week as well. So while it is a big squad, every player has applied themselves and give their best version of themselves at this moment in time, and I don't see no different in that, really.
Josh Brown had the captain's armband against Luton. Was that a difficult decision, and what was it about him that made you make him captain? Although I guess Monday's performance perhaps answers that question. Yeah,
obviously there's a number of players that probably could have took the armband decision in terms of probably where I see the Josh and the stature in terms of the squad and a bit of fluidity in terms of where it was last year as well, really. So like I said, there's probably many captains in.
He's played last season on the wing at fullback, particularly in a league like the Championship. It seems like that's something that must delight you. Yeah,
it does. Yeah, it gives you real flexibility and a real top player in that sense as well, because I don't see someone who's weaker in the other position he plays in. To be fair, he's the same. He gives you the same outputs, and he's the same quality of player at left back, high up, right back. So really pleased to have his versatility, and more importantly, really pleased to have his quality, what he brings. Really, I've been really impressed with Veet since I've been in, and I thought he was superb on Monday as well.
And obviously Connor came into the side as well. Spent time away on loan last season, but the way he's just seamlessly slotted back in, I guess that says a lot about Connor.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think Connor's he's an older professional, wise, and he's a very, very good footballer. So yeah, he makes things work in that sense. Very, very clever and very cute. And like I said, a good professional that probably after last year as well, and maybe the disappointment of probably not being around it, he's come back in and has done everything which I'd expect someone like Connor to do, to be honest.
Thank you.
Cheers, pal.
Just double checking before we're happy for us to go to the embargo section now. Great, okay.